The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on and he missed the complete that. He's crazy stuff.
Side Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through. He tags Richard.
Thanks to the buoyancy of helium, we walked high above an Irish hills, looking down at Michigan International Speedway, which today plays host to the We Stand United Pure Michigan 150. This is round 24 of 36, but more importantly, the penultimate race before the chase. And all the action from pace lap to victory donuts will be brought to you live as it happens here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. This 15-minute, or actually 10-minute now, streaming award-worthy pre-race show will count us down to when the drivers hear their spotters yell green, 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 and our field of Gen 6 stock cars barrel towards turn 1 of this 75-lap contest. So bring cyberspace into your place. Pop open a bag of better-made potato chips, pour yourself a tall, cold glass of Werner's ginger ale, put the Lazy Boy recliner to good use, and enjoy the 200 miles of simulated NASCAR action that will be streaming your way. From the Great Lakes states, Soup and Crackers with you once again for another GSRC broadcast. As always, I'm me, Bill Soups on. As usual, he's him, my partner, Sean Crackers Ambrose. Turning the knobs and pushing the sliders is our director, Amjad Yaman, and at his disposal will be the visionary camera locations provided by the renowned Dougie Beard. Just two. 1, 2, uno, dos, eins, zwei. No matter how you count it, this and one more race before the chase begins. GSRC was there to broadcast round 22, where a small baker's dozen took on the road course at Watkins Glen. Trevor Borowski led 26 of the 38 laps to pick up his 4th win of the season. Scheduling conflicts prevented GSRC from following the series to Bristol, where an even smaller field of 12 took the green. 8 of the 12 drivers led at least one lap, but it was Travis Henderson who led the final lap, picking up his 2nd win of the season. The other victory coming right here at Michigan. Crackers, I enjoyed watching the WSU bunch outside their comfort zone at Watkins Glen, but today I would guess everybody is feeling a little more at home with 300 left turns between them and the finish line.
Yes, sir. The scenic Irish hills of southeastern Michigan. Beautiful 2-mile facility here, moderately banked D-shape, super speedway, I like to call it, because, baby, they're going to be turning some really hot laps. 200 plus miles an hour down into turn 1 and down into turn 3 they'll hit today. 18 degrees of bankings in the turn. Bill, they've been here in Brooklyn, Michigan since 1968. They opened the doors on this joint. And to get a better idea of just exactly how fast it is, let's hop on board in the Global Sim Racing Channel Gen 6.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel. I'm Brian Yazek, taking you for a spin around the Michigan International Speedway, the GSRC Chevrolet SS Cup car. Michigan is a very, very fun track for drivers, fans alike. My home track, so I might have a little bit of an allegiance there. Across the start-finish line, getting your hot lap started, up here by the wall, letting it wind up, kind of like how you qualify at a plate track. Off into turn 1, you're going to use the brakes just a little bit to let it set. Back into gas about halfway, 3/4, back on full throttle. Don't hit that seam down there. Across, a little squirrely out of the corner, aiming for that crossover gate. You got to really maximize the way that this car runs off the corners. Off into turn 3, right about where the start-finish line, or not the start-finish line, where the safer barrier starts, right there in turn 3. Let it go into the throttle, float it way out here. And then you're going to see guys throughout the race and for their hot lap bring it right down here onto the track's apron. Really kind of let you get a good run, head of steam heading off into turn 1 again, off into the corner using that safer barrier as your braking mark. You're not using a whole ton of brake. You're really just using enough to let the nose set on the car. So that way you get a good bite through the middle and be able to get a good run off, because that's where you're going to be able to make up a whole lot of time here. Down into turn 3 for the final time today, letting it float to the bottom here. and this is just going to get exponentially harder as the tires and the track wear out. Out of turn 4, letting it float up there, back down here to the apron, and across the line. And that is going to complete our track guide around the Michigan International Speedway in the GSRC Chevrolet SS. My name is Brian Yazek. Enjoy the show.
And there's a lap around Michigan. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the points. There is no denying that a shrinking field size over the past handful of races is having a big effect on the point standings. I suspect the drivers feeling secure inside the chase might have something to do with the diminishing participation. Full disclosure is I tried to investigate if there were any incentives in the rules about finishing order and chase bonus points, but I started to feel a little bit like Tom Hanks in the Da Vinci Code, so I abandoned the effort. What is obvious, though, is that Tad the Lone Granger is leading now, but he's missed the last 2 races, and the one significant lead that was way up there is down to only 7 points. Joshua Wolf and Nick Parrott is also in pecking distance of the championship. Zach Wadet moved up a spot into 4th, and the guy who was not long ago fighting just to make the chase now finds himself inside the top 5, that being Travis Henderson. If we move to the more important race for the chase, look up marathon in the dictionary, and you might see it listed there is the schedule for this series. Now, the championship is as much about stamina as talent. Cordell Colon has missed the last 3 races and has fallen out of the chase. Finian the Big Tacuna has missed the last 5 races and finds himself now on the bubble. But the good news for Tacuna is all the guys chasing him, James Mullins, Bake Heather, Jimmy Mullis, Brad Walsh, have all apparently withdrawn from the series as well. Only guys like Matthew Cisna, he's 240 points back, and Alan Westman, he's 350 points back, are still chasing, but those numbers are just too big for them to close up the distance in the points remaining for the chase. So, while GSRC loves drama, the race for the chase might have jumped the shark. But Sean, we talked about recapping the last couple events, and we showed the drivers' points, and we showed the chase standings and a lap around Michigan. But the big picture might not be very intriguing at this juncture. But the action ahead of us coming up that we're going to be watching is going to be exciting. So tell us a little bit about some of the race details.
Well, tonight it is going to be exciting, Soup, because tonight we're bringing you the Gen 6 stock cars tonight, the Ford, the Toyota Camry, and the Chevrolet. And the setups are open, and I'll tell you what, I've tried both the fixed and the open setup. If you've got an open setup that you've worked with a little bit, it can be bad fast here. You're going to do it with 100% fuel, get 75 lap race on board, 150 miles. You're going to need a pit strategy, definitely going to come into play. Qualifying best of 4 laps. Fast repairs, no, you don't get them. There is no incident cap tonight. Go back to that fast repair real quick. You better take care of the car here this evening. Real easy to get in hot to one of these turns, and that car will just go right up to the wall on you. Make any contact with it. Going to be hard to repair it. The speed's very high here. Collision with the wall, not going to be good. Restarts, we'll do them double file. Just how we'll start the race. The weather this evening. Beautiful, beautiful day here on the track. Mostly cloudy with a chance of meatballs. 78 degrees and 90 degrees on the track, Soup. So pretty hot track surface. Not too hot, not too blistering hot out there. But I will tell you what's going to be a big deal. That's going to be the right front and how well you take care of it on these 18-degree bank turns, traveling into them at just over 200 miles an hour.
Well, you wouldn't think that strategy would play a big factor in a race where it's so small. We have another small field here today. It looks like either 12 or 13 drivers showing up. But honestly, it's probably more of a factor in these smaller fields because on the large fields, you can pretty much count that there'll be a caution somewhere close to the end, and a caution spread out through the race. There's a good chance with this small field today, you want to time out those pit stops in the right position because, honestly, Sean, there's a possibility we could go green the whole way here today.
There's a strong possibility that could happen. You better have your notebook out or a spotter on board. You better have your strategy ready because I think you're going to get to play it today. Yeah, we're looking at a 13-car field right now, and I don't think it'll take long to separate here. I think the guys that really have a great setup working under them are going to get away from the guys who don't, and that will cause them to spread out quick. It's, just over a 40-second or just under a 40-second lap here. Going to take a while for the leaders to get back around to the back of the field, but again, with 13 cars, I expect them to spread out pretty quick. We'll see a couple of 2- and 3-car battles maybe, but you do have to hang on to the car for 75 laps. Hopefully you're not digging too hard in lap 1.
Well, their solo qualifying is done. They take the best lap out of the 4, and we have 9 drivers who were able to post times, 4 drivers who did not. And we follow up before we run through the grid. Sean, we did do a total green flag run. I think they did Daytona where we went checker, green to checker all the way on a green flag. So wouldn't be unprecedented. Let's go ahead and run down our small field we have here today. On the front row, we talked about him. He was a few weeks ago, he was battling for a spot inside the chase. Now he has cracked into the top 5, and it is that number 24 machine of Travis Henderson. Outside of him on row 2 is going to be Kenneth Reeder. Sean?
All right, and then starting in third is going to be Alex Skinner tonight, third place, and Will Proluck's going to start in 4th.
A few names we're not real familiar with. Will Proluck's not a real veteran of the field. Good to see him in here today. And then we have another one who could be a new name that could be somebody to keep an eye on. That's Thomas. And then we never did get a pronunciation on this one, so I'm going to say Vanassi. We're going to pronounce that E on the end. He's going to be starting in 5th. Here's a veteran we know very well in the 6th position, Joshua Wolf.
Yes, sir, and there in 7th, starting inside of row 4, that's going to be Matt Cisna. Just outside of him, Robert Big Haas Cart right there, starting 8th tonight, Sue.
Another new name. Good to see him joining in the 9th spot. The last driver to post a qualifying time, Mark Goldstein. And then a veteran for most of the series, Nick Parrott in 10th.
All right, I'll take the rest of the field here real quick. Got Jeremy Poole going to start 11th. Ryan Irby starting all the way back there. Expect him to see come to the front there. No qualifying time for him, 12th. And then Alan Westman, expect him to make his way to the front. We've seen Westman be fast here the last couple times we've been with you. He's going to round out our 13-car field as they head on down the backstretch very slowly here, Soup.
Yeah, I had to make a few adjustments on my mixer there. These NASCAR, Gen 6 machines are a little bit louder than the Formula Renault that I did just the other day. They were a little more noisy in my headphones there. I was yelling over it. Okay, the pace car is out there. Let's see how many cars do we actually get to grid there, Sean? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Look like all 13, huh?
Yes, sir. All 13 on the track. There's Nick Parrott finally making his way up to the field. Here he comes.
Keep an eye on the back over there. Alan Westman, he's always exciting. Usually sits around in the back. You'll see him up in the front as the pace car pulls off. Now you have Travis Henderson pacing the field right now. It's in his control in that Jeff Gordon colored 24 machine. He gets a great jump, leads them off into the first corner. On the inside, though, moving to that spot is going to be Alex Skinner. He gets the better of Kenneth Reeder on the high side. We're going to be duck into third position. Our newcomer, Will Pollock's there in 4th. The 15 machine, Joshua Wolf getting a run. 68 machine, Robert Cartwright on the outside getting a great run. The guy who had a horrible start is the 23 machine of Thomas Vanassi.
Cartwright got almost a little friendly with the wall coming out of 2. Watching just behind him, Matthew Sista all the way up the track, taking the wide way around. Hanging on, coming out of 4. Here they come back across the stripe. Lap 1 in the book, Sue.
Travis Henderson leads them across for the first lap and will be counted as the leader. Just to follow up on Vanassi, he started up there close. Now he has fallen way back into 7th position. Struggling in that 27 machine. We're clean so far. Single file stretched out from nose to tail right now.
Well, I talked about him spreading out, Soup, and that's exactly what they're starting to do, and that will lend us right towards that thing we were talking about, strategy. Already see a couple of guys taking it all the way down to the flat there, coming through the the front stretch, and you're going to see several guys do that this evening and get a little more speed down there. Just got to watch the transition. You got to be careful.
75 laps on tap here today, and I think I must have done the math wrong here. This is a 2-mile race course, is it not? So would that mean we're going 150 miles, not 200?
Did I not check your math, Sue?
Yeah, I think I should be able to multiply 75 by 2.
I let that get by me, I guess.
Honestly, I thought it was a mile and a half, and I go, well, that's 150 miles, and I go, no, it's two miles around, so that's 200 miles. But it's only 75 laps. Now, the look there at the number 15 machine, Joshua Wolf got a little bit loose. He's going to lose a few position. Will Plux is going to move up into 4th spot. Kenneth Reeder up into 3rd, but there's plenty of time for Joshua Wolf to get that back. Good to see that number 15 car out there almost every week, Sean.
Cessna had a little trouble. Now he's getting taken over by Nick Parrott going by him. Cessna had to get out of the gas coming out of 4. He missed his entry he missed the apex there coming through 3 and 4, and exit was really tricky. He had to get all the way in the pedal.
Let's go ahead and put the camera now up to the 7th place driver. We talked about him, Alan Westman, in that 12 machine. He started to the back. He's made his way around Vanassi, made his way around Parrott, made his way around Sista, made his way around Irby, made his way around Mark Goldstein. And he is on the move. Next up for Westman Cartwright. Go ahead.
Oh, Will in a number 38 making a move the inside on Kenneth Reeder. Takes that position away. Takes it pretty easy, too. Reeder lets him go.
In that 38 machine, clocks now up to 3rd spot. Reeder staying in his draft. A lot of talk. Robert Cartwright giving the go-ahead to somebody. Let's see who Robert's talking to. Must have been, Westman. We talked about Westman on the move. Yeah, that 12 machine just got around Cartwright. Looking at a battle now for P2. Skinner being challenged on the high side by Flux. Flux is on a roll, this guy in the 38 machine. Don't know much about him, but I'm getting the hunch he's pretty good.
Yeah, Will's got the mellow yellow Chevy hooked up right now. He's got to run on Skinner here coming down the back stretch. Picking up speed.
Going to back off there, yeah.
Boy, he did. He got out of it early.
That's going to back him up into Reeder,
nice run.
Look at that. My goodness. You know, Sean, I think he knew that he had it. He just didn't want to be too close to Skinner because he wouldn't be able to get any kind of drive off the corner. He backed up, got a run on him, and takes over 2nd position.
Boy, he got that car to turn really well. That was the key to pulling that off. He never even got close to him. He kept it right down there where he wanted it. Skinner has a little trouble coming off of 2. That's going to allow Reeder to get by. Reeder on the inside, going into 3.
And for good measure, Joshua Wolf's going to take that spot as well. Skinner on the high side. Wolf trying to get a bite off as they go side by side. Skinner now tucks in, going to try to squeeze on the inside of Reeder. Skinner trying to get that spot back. Some nice fighting going on there. This is for 3rd spots. Right now, Skinner's in 3rd on the high side for 4th. There's Reeder, but he has a drive off, so let's inverse that. Well, I can't make up my mind who's going to be in 3rd right now. Reeder on the high side in that 1 machine doesn't get a good drive off the corner. That's going to give Wolf a chance to get in there. Watching the whole thing is from 6th position, Alan Westman, who's saying, keep fighting, boys. I'll be there in a minute to join the party.
Boy, that looks like awful fun. I wish I was in the seat right now, one of those cars. Oh, Wolf made it all the way up to the wall, right? Splits the middle.
I'm not sure how good Skinner's car bites down low because, man, he drifted it up there as well. Oh, wow. Wolf with a good drive off there, but there was nowhere to go. He couldn't decide whether to go high or low. Had to decide just to back off and stay behind him right now. Good battling going on for 3rd position, Sean.
Soup, I will tell you that getting that car to turn down low like that comes at a cost if you keep doing it every lap. Burning off that right front tire is what you're doing every time. You get it to try and grip down low there at speed. Wolf doing everything you can to hang on to Reeder right on his tail. Heading across the stripe. Skinner up top. That's a great battle still. Wolf going to lead him off into 2. Skinner almost contact with Reeder. He has to get out of the gas.
They are having loads of fun. Reeder backs off. And actually, I saw Wolf get loose when he had Reeder right behind him. If I didn't know better, I'm not sure, Sean, you're familiar with this car. Can the car behind get up behind you and take some of that downforce off the lead car? Because that's looked like it happened to Wolf there when Reeder got right up behind him. Looks like Wolf really had to fight that thing. Here he comes again.
We get a car off of the grass. That's Will Prelix saw down in the grass, taking a ride through. He's back on track.
He went and
still out.
Just bounced it off the wall. Just the car wouldn't turn for him. Watch this, Sean. Just kind of pancakes it, then he gathers it up.
Yeah, he definitely pancaked it. He's got right side damage on that car. That's not going to be good for him. That's going to slow him down. In fact, Ryan Irby coming around. Going to try. Going to hold off going in. Oh, Irby gets a run on him. Goes high up the track, but almost made contact with the rear end of the mellow yellow Chevy.
Yeah. If I'm going to tell Ryan, we're going to do this on the low side. Ryan doesn't realize that Flux, not sure what he has underneath him. I always like to do it on the low side when I got a guy who's still trying to figure out what he's really racing. So Plux now falls back to 11th.
Here he comes back on the aggressive charge there, but he definitely flat spotted the right side of the mellow yellow Chevy.
Let's go to 4th right now because here's the man on the move, Alan Westman, making a move on the inside of Skinner. Westman in the 12 car, Skinner on the high side in the 20. Whoa, look at Westman taking way down low to the apron.
Yeah, I don't know if he really gained anything from that right there. Honestly, really looked like Skinner had the run going already up top. He'd have probably been better to just stay up with him. But man, Westman gets such a much better drive off of turn 2. Ooh, boy, he's catching Skinner really quick down the backstretch here.
I think Plux just put the car in the wall one more time for another bounce. Still has it going. He's put it up there a second time. He's really struggling now.
That's the problem on these high-speed tracks like Michigan. You flat spot that right side. Unfortunately, it's probably going to happen again because it really upsets the handling of the car, Sue.
As we watch some of the battles going on, just to update you, Travis Henderson is your leader. Almost a 4-second lead on Wolf. Wolf and Reeder in a nice battle, but the guy who's really moving, here he comes, making the pass for 4th position is Alan Westman. Going around Skinner like he's standing still. Move that number 12 machine up into 4th. I honestly think Westman intentionally starts in the back, lets things settle down. He knows it's a small field, lets it thin out, and then he starts picking them off one by one.
Yeah, agreed. I think that is definitely his strategy. You know what, Soup? We've gotten a good start here. We're lap 16 working this thing. Westman has made his way all the way up here now, and 4th place, good on him. But Reeder's still looking pretty strong. Josh Wolf got a pretty steady line going, but Travis Henderson's really the guy to talk about here for just a moment.
Absolutely.
What he's been able to do to start this race, he's put 4 seconds on the rest of the field and has had to fight with absolutely nobody. What a great way to be able to run this track in the clean air. He's taking care of the car. He's not having to drive it too hard, just enough to maintain a decent pace. He's not running anything extremely fast right now, 39-second laps. In fact, he's about just about 2 seconds off his fastest lap. So he's not digging, but he's not fighting either. And things are just all roses and daisies ahead of him down the road.
For those of you scoring at home, why don't you mark on your clipboards there? I'll give you the number, 3.6 seconds. And this is as he starts lap 18. That's the interval between Henderson, our leader, all the way back to Joshua Wolf. We'll see if Wolf can run him down. Now we're going to go back and look at Vanassi back here. Thomas Vanassi. Oh, it's coming in. Here we are on lap 18. They're coming in, Sean. Vanassi is in and Plux is in.
Yeah, so that might be an early stop.
Oh, and Plux has had trouble. He's called it a quit. He called it quits. Yeah.
Yeah, that second shot might have been the one to really shut it down.
No, did he just blink? Well, yeah, I guess I just saw him pull. He blinked away from me, then he ended up back in his pits.
Yeah, he's officially gone. Yeah. And so is Jeremy Poole. Not exactly sure what happened with him, but Poole has left as well. So things never really got started too well for him. So we've got 11 cars. Vanassi making his way back out on track now.
We look at that battle there. We're looking at, oh my mercy. Oh!
And Parrott's around.
No caution yet.
There is no caution. Parrott is back on the track, getting the car back up to speed.
Parrott
coming around.
Yeah, Matthew Cisney, you did nothing. Parrott got loose in front of him. Had a little tank slapper there and then got a little bit into Cisna. But we're right on board with Cisney. You'll see that he doesn't touch him here, Sean.
No, that's just dirty air, Sue, is what that is. That was dirty air in a very, very tricky spot on the track where you're getting back to the throttle after navigating the exit of the turn. And, it just caused a mess there. And he definitely got a good old tank slapper.
So we've dodged a couple bullets. I'm looking there to see if there was a problem. It looks like Mark Goldstein just scraped the wall as well, and the running back there in 10th, but he keeps it going. So far we've had a couple spins, Sean, but the fickle finger of the race stewards has not fallen for a yellow flag yet as we stay green.
Yeah, well, nobody is spun in the racing line and stayed in the racing line, so we continue green, but that is certainly a tough break for Parrott. He's going to lose a lot of time because of that, and probably made the tires a little angrier too. So look for him to maybe start to pit sometime soon. Matthew Cisna coming down pit road now. That Miller Genuine Draft Ford Fusion making its way down. Got to make a quick, clean pit stop here.
Coming in, pitting on lap 22. All 10 cars that are still racing are on the lead lap. Of course, Cisna's going to now follow a lap behind. We'll make that back up when everybody else comes back in. 3 cars are out. Thomas Vanassi, Will Plux, and Jeremy Poole. 10 cars racing. 13 started. Let's go ahead and follow up. Remember, I told you to get out your clipboards there. It was, I believe I said it was lap 18. Henderson's lead was 3.6 seconds. Well, now it's over 5 seconds. Officially 5.1 seconds back to Wolf. So Henderson is really flying. Let's look at Wolf, though, right now. He's falling back into the clutches of Peter and Westman.
We have a party breaking out here. Alan Westman has caught Kenneth Reeder. He has caught this group. And I think the battle is just about on here. And Westman starting to look for an opportunity here to set Reeder. Uh-oh, Westman dives it down all the way down the track, doesn't get on the flat. Tried to run down the hill and pick up a little bit more of a run on Reeder. Coming out of the pits there, that's Cisna just down below. They just passed him.
We hear Mark Goldstein saying, I'll stay low as well. You have that 3-car battle. You have the 15 machine there of Joshua Wolf in the Active Faith machine. Then you got Reeder in the Monster Energy car. And diving to the inside is the 12 machine.
Got to keep it down there. Wow. That was some move. You know, it all started back in the exit of turn 2. He got a good run out, was able to pick him up on the back straight, make that move to the inside, and made it all work. Here comes Cisna, got fresh tires. He's able to dig here.
And he gets around him. There's the fresh tires. That's what it is.
Yeah,
really moving.
That's the fresh tires assistant. That's what fresh tires do mean.
My goodness. What about this? Is a great example of what it means. Look at Cisna. Now, so you know what? Goldstein. That Goldstein spins.
Goldstein with trouble getting into the pits back there.
I think we're going to be okay as far as going yellow. I think we'll stay green as the 88 machine. Going to do it off the racing line. Go ahead, Sean.
Oh, there's the replay here of Goldstein getting in, and wow, just in front of traffic there. So lucky the car did not come back up on the track. But the 88 goes for a wild ride trying to get in, and the green flag stays out on the tracksuit.
So now what you have to watch out for, because Cisna has been out there so long on new tires, there's a legitimate chance that he's going to be able to pass some of these guys. I don't know if he's going to get all the way up to the leader because he still hasn't gotten his lap back from Henderson.
Well, another car on fresh tires that just got by Ken Reeder, that was Thomas Vanassi. He just cruised right on by Reeder. He's catching Alan Westman here real quick. Now Vanassi is a lap down. Car got a little wicked coming off of Tootsie Vanassi as I was talking about him there. Don't want to curse the poor guy.
Yeah, he's not quite flying the way the Cisna was on his new tires. Cisna went by these guys without a problem. Vanassi happened to work a little bit. Going to try the high side. Get a little grip up there, get a little momentum. He should be able to get the run. Look at Westman take that line again that he loves down there to the apron.
You know, I'm seeing Vanassi's pit time was very, very short. I'm wondering if maybe he only took 2 tires. So that might have, there might have been that's why he's not just quite as quick as Cisna is. You see Vanassi here on screen making his way down low, just under Josh Wolf.
Now these guys run on 100% fuel, so Cisna came in clearly earlier than he needed to.
Oh yeah, and you'll be able to run this out for a while. I mean, Westman looks like Westman might have gotten a piece of the wall.
Yeah, he was right behind Wolf, and it looked like it pushed on him. You can see it. The car just wouldn't get down on him. Sean, tell me what you see.
Yeah, I see exactly that. He might have gotten just a touch of being caught up in the wash there, and that did cause the car to push. Could have certainly been error on his behalf, but that's what we call the push being real, Soup, and it certainly can happen here in traffic when you're traveling at that kind of speed.
And the way that he had been knifing through the field, doing everything he could to pick up those positions, wouldn't surprise me that his tires were probably in worse shape than the other guys he was racing.
Well, Bill, I don't think there's a section of this track that we don't have a car on at this point, now that we've had several cars to decide to come in for a pit, but there are still many of them out here running out the string on their first set of tires and first tank of fuel here, and we are 30 laps into this race.
Got a spin with
Goldstein spinning back there, I think.
Like we're going to stay green.
Boy, Goldstein with not a lot of luck today, and rear end just come around in that car. He was loose.
He caught it, though. Did a good job of keeping the car straight.
Wow. Had a car coming around there on the outside.
Now, before that spin happened, we were looking at Henderson. Maybe we can take a quick peek at him, because what I want to point out, Travis still your leader, but if... Oh, my goodness.
Westman down the back stretch. Can
Keep it off the inside wall. He turns it in. No.
Oh, and he kissed it. He kissed it. Dinged up the left front. No caution flag. No help. Oh.
And I'm hearing there's a wreck off of 4.
Loose on the track.
Reeder involved in it. Goldstein involved in it.
And now
there's
the caution
yellow
flag finally flies. My word.
See where that started. Oh, it started way up in front with Goldstein.
Yeah, Goldstein was just a mess. The car was all over the place.
The guy you'll want to watch is Ryan Irby. Even though Goldstein spun, Ryan Irby held his breath and managed to get around Goldstein. Irby in the white car. Now, there you're watching Goldstein. Goes down to the grass. Then it comes back up. Watch the white car here go by. Woo! Just Irby. Just enough room.
Let's go on board with Irby and check out what he was looking at here, Sue.
If Goldstein's car doesn't turn back down towards the track, there is no hope. All right, you be in Irby's car. Where are you going to go? You have plenty of time. You see the spin.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the Global Sim Racing Channel live, that happened.
Poor Mark Goldstein was having trouble. He was getting his money's worth on excitement. So the yellow is out. Your leader is Travis Henderson. What I wanted to point out is that Matthew Cisna, while that excitement had going on, Cisna had run him down on the new tires and had gotten his lap back. So we'll see if Cisna comes in. I think what will happen, I think Cisna can come in, fill up, and maybe beat these guys out because he won't have to fill up as much. So don't be surprised if you don't see a new leader here being Matthew Cisna, although he is showing still a lap down. I'm not sure why that is. Nope.
He's got to cycle around here.
Ah.
Now he's back in the lead lap.
We watch pit stops there as they all pull in.
Henderson misses the stall just a bit. Boy, Ken Reeder with a lot of damage on the right side of that car. Alex Skinner with some damage on the right side of his car.
Henderson out first, Wolf in second. That's the order that they came in. Cartwright and Westman. Now, how damaged is Allen's car? Ooh, I'm looking at it. He's got, if our director can get a good shot on it, he's got a big crinkle, at least on my screen, on the left front fender, the hood.
Yeah, and that's exactly where he hit. Because he just kissed it. Now, I don't know if that wrinkle in the hood's going to be that big a deal. If the car is still handling well, maybe it'll help that car turn a little bit, get a little more downforce out of it right there, possibly.
Yeah, it's sometimes what you see on the screen, iRacing doesn't actually equate to the actual handling of the car. They only have so many variations that they can crinkle up these cars, so that could be variation number 7. Doesn't really mean that that's actually how the car's going to run. I'm looking on the hood of the car. It says no brakes raced. I guess that I can't see what it. The writing's kind of scary up there on Westman's car, right on the hood.
Racing. I think that's
no
racing.
brakes racing. Okay, that's
no
what
brakes
it is.
racing.
It's a beautiful machine. I love the paint job on that one. Easy to spot on track number 12. Good job.
Yeah, Browning, the sponsor on that, that would be the shotgun maker, firearm maker there, Browning. Did a little hunting in my day there, Sue.
You know, what he needs to do is he needs to get FTD as a secondary sponsor. Then he can be Guns N' Roses.
Oh, boy. Da-da-da-da. Psst. That was a good one, Sue.
Well, they got... Scratch that one off the list there. 41 laps in. We had a nice run. 41 laps to go. 35 laps in. A pretty good run there on this 75-lap race. A small field, but still darn exciting. Your leader, Travis Henderson, after the pit stop. Second place, Robert Cartwright. Not quite sure how he was managing to do that. Westman in third. Skinner in fourth. Now, I'm wondering if System, maybe I misread the timing and scoring. Maybe he was 2 laps down. Maybe he got 1 back. I know for sure he got around Henderson before the yellow came out, but maybe that only got him 1 lap back. Maybe he was 2 down. So Cisna out there running in 10th. He is the lead car, 1 lap down. Now, has Mark Goldstein brought that car back out? Oh, Mr. Excitement still back out there in the 88.
Yes, he is. He is going to be showing 3 laps down right now. I honestly thought Cisna was to get that lap back, but I guess my timing and scoring is off also. Still, we got cars coming back in the pit now. The leader is back in. Travis Henderson back in the pit. Halfway point here, Sue. Top off? Top off?
Well, maybe they went as far as they could go, and yeah, maybe this is top off to go the distance from here.
Henderson overshoots it again. Topped it off.
Guess it really didn't matter. Also coming in is Skinner. Well, they're on lap 35. I think the yellow came out on lap 34. Yeah, maybe they're right at the window, Sean, because remember, they came in not because they were out of fuel. They came in because of the yellow. So maybe they're thinking, I can go the distance from here.
Now they've got... Travis going to have a couple of cars that are, working with a little bit of damage in front of him. He's got the 88 just in front of there of Mark Goldstein. Goldstein, obviously, he's had a little trouble with the handling on that car. He's going to have to get by him clean on this restart.
Yeah, Henderson will not get to cycle up behind the lead lap cars. And he's still going to be behind the cars that are a lap down, or is he going to get ahead? I guess not. All right, here we go. Pace car is in, or about to peel off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars. It's Robert Ponderosa Cartwright leading them across the start-finish line, working on lap 37, 40 to go. That number 68 machine holding the lead. On the high side, it's Alan Westman. On the low side, it's Joshua Wolf in the 15. Wolf nipping at the tail of Cartwright. Cartwright able to hold that lead. Drifts up a little bit high. Is he going to get into Westman? No, he leaves him enough room. Westman and Wolf side by side. A pair of W's.
Skinner made contact with Goldstein on the backstretch. He's still on his inside. Finally gets by him down into turn 3. Goldstein all the way up the track.
Goldstein in that 88 now trying to get around him as Ryan Irby. Irby looking for a way around. Trying to find where our leader is, Henderson. Henderson is around those guys. Henderson now worked his way up to 4th. And now we go to the lead as Wolf has passed Cartwright. Wolf takes over the lead, moves into 1st. Cartwright into 2nd. Westman watching the whole thing from 3rd. Looking at Henderson, he had a little bit of connections problem. He looks pretty solid to me. Side by side right now, though, with who's he fighting with there? That's Vanassi.
Yeah, Thomas Vanassi's fighting with him. Finally gets by him there off the turn. Boy, he's closing on Thomas Henderson there. On Alan Westman real quick.
And Westman closing on Cartwright. Westman's going to make short work of Cartwright. The 68 machine stays on the high side. The 12 gets underneath it. Nice job, though, of Bobby Cartwright hanging up there after getting the lead. But here come 2 more guys. Vanassi back there and Henderson starting to gobble them up. Oh, Rowe! I thought getting into the back of Henderson was going to be Vanassi. You couldn't have squeezed a postcard between them. Henderson trying to keep the car low. He dives it down in that same line that Westman likes to take as he tries to dive to the inside of Cartwright. Cartwright leaving the inside open. Not going to happen yet. Good racing going on back there for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Sean.
Yeah, Westman really hooked up now, though. He is on the charge, trying to find his way up to Joshua Wolf. And he's not quite as fast yet, but he's getting there. There goes Henderson looking to the inside of Cartwright.
And we've had reports about Henderson blinking, and sure enough on my screen now he's beginning to blink. Maybe there is some connection problem. Hopefully that'll get sorted out. Henderson takes that blinking car up to 3rd position.
Yeah, that couldn't have been any fun for Cartwright as he was going by, blinking out a little bit, still blinking just a little bit. For those of you new to the broadcast or new to iRacing, that is a connection problem. His internet is going through the peaks and valleys right now, Sue.
Sometimes it goes away, sometimes you go away. Well, for my speed, it is getting worse. He's really starting to struggle. That 24 machine, and you just don't want to give up the ghost. You want to keep racing as long as you can because you're doing so well. On the other hand, you want to be a good sport because when you blink, the guys behind you can't see. Well, here comes Henderson now, running right behind Westman. It did not take long for Travis to get that car from the back up to the front.
Well, I think what we have figured out here is if you're the lead car and you can get away from the pack, you're going to keep getting away from them because that's what Joshua Wolf is doing right now. He's continuing to open it up. He's about 0.2 of a second faster than those who are chasing him. But here comes Travis Henderson, pulling off the move on Westman now. They'll come across the stripe. Henderson now is going to take over 2nd place.
And this, got to admit, the internet connection problem does add a little drama to the race. I think clearly the car out here today, the car to beat is that 24 machine, the DuPont colored machine of Travis Henderson. But can he get to the end with that internet problem? Honestly, what he would like to do is get out in front and start running by himself again where that blinking isn't as big as an issue. He does not want to be racing in traffic.
Well, he is catching Joshua Wolf now. We're about to see the time difference here. And yeah, he's closing up on him. In fact, he was 0.2 of a second faster at that time. Just about. There you see it on screen. Here comes Travis Henderson. The DuPont Chevy is fast, Sue.
Now let's be accurate. It's not really DuPont, even though it is painted. What's he have on the hood there? That is.
Oh, I'm sorry, Exalta. That's right. He's running the Exalta paint scheme.
Now you know what? If I can get a close look at Henderson, he has damage on the right front. Could be because of the net coat. It might not actually be damaged. But part of his rainbow is a little bit less happy. it's crinkled up right about where the pot of gold would sit. Joshua Wolf out in front by 0.7 of a second over Henderson. Westman in third. Cartwright, Bobby Cartwright doing a good job of holding inside the top five after picking up some spots during the pit cycle. Vanassi in fifth. The guy that I'm impressed with, he's running in 10th, but he's 6th in line, is Matthew Cisna. If he can just get that lead lap back, maybe the lucky dog, and he's in position for it right now, he's been able to run up here with these big boys.
Yeah, he's going to need some help. But, he's digging, he's trying. He's doing everything he can, and that's all you can do at this point. Henderson, though, really, again, starting to close the gap on Wolf. It is down now less than half a second. But as you talked about before, Soup, Henderson really struggling with a connection issue.
Vanassi just gets around Cartwright, moves up into fourth position as we ride on board right now with Joshua Wolf. Looking off the tail back at Alan Westman. Oh, sorry, it's Henderson he was looking back at.
Going through the field here real quick, just looking at cars that might have a little bit of damage, little scuff up on them, and I've got to be honest, Soup, there aren't many. Cartwright is one of them. Car still looks clean. Looks like he's been able to stay out of trouble. I say that, and he gets right up near the wall there.
Henderson now trying to figure out how he wants to get around Joshua Wolf. I'm not sure if Henderson knows he's blinking. Sometimes you don't realize it, although people may have told him. What he'll want to do is try to give Wolf a wide berth here when he makes his way around. You don't want net coat.
Vanassi is off the track. Down. Oh, and he hits it.
Just in front of Cartwright. There we go. Lock.
Got a battle for the lead. We'll go back to that. Here comes Henderson making his way to Wolf.
Takes it down low, not going to get it done yet. And there was no yellow on that spin. He kept the car going straight. Who was that we said? Was it Skinner that we said had that spin?
No,
I can't remember.
That was Thomas Vanassi that had the spin coming off of turn 2. The car just broke away from him. He almost saved it from hitting the inside retaining wall, but unfortunately that's where he ends up, and he hits it pretty good. Still on track. Henderson trying to make a move again, though, back up front.
From what I can tell from the blinking car, looked like he had a pretty good drive off of 4. Now he pulls in right behind Wolf. Is he going to try it into 1, Sean? He's going to look. Nope, not yet. In fact, you can actually see the car. You could see the backfire coming out of the car. Would that be an indication that he lifted? If I could see the backfire coming out of there, might that be the case?
That's exactly it. Yes, sir. That's getting out of it.
I learned something new there. I've never actually thought about looking at that backfire as an indication of what what you're doing on the throttle pedal. But yeah, now let's see if Henderson is coming around here again for turn 4. Better run this time. Again, you know, and there you can see the backfire again. Sean, let's keep in mind, remember we saw Henderson come in and top off. Clearly he was thinking fuel was an issue. Maybe he's just going to sit back here behind Wolf for a few laps, save a little fuel. Maybe he's thinking I can go the distance. And if I am thinking about stretching it without stopping again, what better way to do it than to follow my buddy here, Alan Wolf?
That's exactly what he's doing. But, you know, let's pull up the replay here real quick. What happened to Fanassi, as it does look like Henderson is just happened to sit behind. You'll see Fanassi coming out of turn 2 here. That's going to be the red number 20, the Marines car, the number 23 there. And he gets a piece of the wall. Car pushed on him.
But then he gets it. Oh my goodness, lucky for the break in the wall there, it might have helped.
Yeah, he hit it pretty good, but we're back on board. Looking at the ride on board, almost avoids it. Just couldn't get it slowed down enough. Suit, nothing's changed though up here at the front.
Yeah, now
You called it.
I'm gonna watch Wolf and Henderson and give him my full attention for a little while longer, but I got a hunch it's not gonna happen. If it wanted to happen, it happened next. He's kind of peeking. I hear Reeder talking about something. Vanassi has spun. Is that correct, or is that an old one? No, oh, that's an old one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The replay went back to the old one.
Soup, you know who's made his way quietly up to 4th place?
Oh my, look at that, the number 60 machine.
Yeah, Ryan Irby got that American ethanol machine humming right now.
Henderson finally makes the pass. He gets around him into front. Now he starts, not only did he make the pass, now he's starting to leave him behind. Sean, I think he did the math. I think he said with 22 to go, I got enough. Because I'm not sure if the same philosophy works, whether it's a half-mile track or a 2-mile track that we're on right now, but we're getting close to that time, aren't we?
Yeah, we certainly are. And Soup, I got to be honest with you, Henderson really, wow, boy, that car got off quick once he got around Wolf.
Yep.
I think that was calculated just like you said, but here we go across the line. It'll be 20 laps to go. Soup, it's time to boogie, baby. Let's get this party going and get us right to the checkers.
We got to get the production crew of GSRC to get you a little disco music or something to play when that comes on.
Maybe just even a mirror ball. I'll take a mirror ball, you know?
Get a mirror ball to come down, spin around on screen. I would like that.
Mirror ball, a little Casey and a Sunshine Band. Or the Gap Band, that'd be great. All 27 of them up on stage at the same time.
I think we've done really well. I think we got to pat ourselves on the back. A field of only 13 here. And we've managed not to go to the disco references too often. Your leader, Travis Henderson, out in front. Joshua Wolf in second. Alan Westman, after that early, really racing well, is now doing his best just to hang on, because maybe we can look at this. Look who's caught up, Sean. It's to the back of Westman.
Yeah, Ryan Irby now in the picture, going to be fighting for a podium finish here. Beginning to wonder if maybe Westman used up a little bit too much of that car. He's only been in the pits once, so sounds like it might be, or looks like it might be a race of just trying to wait it out and make it to the finish for Westman, and it might give Irby the chance to get himself a podium finish tonight.
Let's go to 6th position real quick, because my spidey senses are tingling here. It's Skinner in 6th. Now, in the mix is Matthew Cisna. He's a lap down. That's the 27 machine. And then behind him is the Sundrop car of Nick Parrott. Now, the lead car is Skinner's in 6th. Parrott is in 7th. So that's a battle for position, and then breaking it up is Cisna. But they were really going at it a while. Cisna, again, dives to the inside. That car is really good. Again, we talked about it. If he could just get his lap back. Cisna drifting high. And that's going to leave the door open for Parrott. Parrott has to check up. Oh, then crossing in front of him is Skinner. Woo!
Wow. Yeah, glad I haven't had dinner yet. That was uncomfortable to watch.
Let's go to fourth because we have a battle here. We talked about Irby. Irby's done it. He's gotten around. Oh, sorry, that's a lap car. It was not Irby making it for position.
Yeah, that was
Irby got around
Irby
Vanassi.
getting around Vanassi. Yep, and here comes Robert Cartwright getting around Vanassi. Vanassi doing a good job of staying out of the way.
Mark Goldstein back in the pits again. And Mark, I'm going to speak for everybody. Please come back again. I speak for everybody at GSRC and the series management. I know you had a rough outing, but we'd love to have you back. We need the car count, so come on back. Mark, we'll give you some screen time. Number 88 machine today. Didn't have a great race today, but he'll do better next time. Travis Henderson still your leader, almost 3 seconds over Joshua Wolf.
Boy, I wonder if Irby used up everything getting to Cartwright, because now Cartwright is back on the offensive, finding his way back to Irby, and that chase Irby had going there on Alan Westman seemed to have kind of settled down just a bit. Westman seems to have settled back down.
I think you're right. I think Irby did everything he could to get up to Westman, and Westman said, okay, enough of that, little boy. Put his arm out, pushed him away, and now Irby is struggling because here comes Cartwright. Remember, Cartwright started this stint on the lead, fell back, and has now worked his way back up to fifth position.
Wow. Henderson already got that lead up to 3 seconds, Sue.
Now keep in mind, Henderson came in and topped off as if he knew something that the other guys didn't. So don't be surprised if you see guys like Wolf and Westman have to come in, maybe do a splash and dash. You know, who knows how much on the throttle they are.
Not a lot of drafting help going on out here.
No.
So, yeah, if you're short, Vanassi spins, getting down in the pit lane, Sue.
Well, two things to make note of. First of all, he spun going into pit lane. Second of all, he came into pit lane. So, boy, he really banged the nose up there pretty good. No yellow in pit lane, though.
Looks like he just come in too hot, locked him up. Going back live to Cartwright. Irby off pace up the track. Cartwright gets by him.
A lot of talking going on there. Travis Henderson talking. Oh, I think Henderson is talking up there maybe with Goldstein about where he's going to go. Henderson is slowing down. Goldstein is pulling away. All right, I apologize. Goldstein is actually faster than Henderson. I think Goldstein has fresh rubber. Henderson really blinking right now. He is going to try to limp it home. He's out in front by 3.3 seconds. The good news for him is there's nobody around for him to cause trouble, so bring it on home. Bad news is, will the internet hold up? And now we have more people coming into the pits.
Yeah, Nick Parrott is in the pit. He's going to take rubber and fuel. Right sides are up and down. I'm sorry, left sides. Boy, he's still sitting in there. That's a long pit stop, Soup. Losing precious time out there.
Well, let's go ahead and apply that strategy to the leader. For Travis Henderson, he honestly doesn't need to gamble. He's the fastest car out there. He was last to pit. He should be able to come in, make a stop, and get out ahead of everybody else. But sometimes it's fun just to see your strategy play out. Don't be surprised if you see Travis Henderson try to run this all the way to the checker without coming in, even though he really doesn't need to.
And by the way, I believe I can confirm by what you're seeing on the screen, Henderson's car looks just fine.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be ready for the victory lane celebration, and all the photos will come out just perfect.
Little iRacing Fairies went out there and fixed that damage that we saw on there. Our director actually called that. We saw that damage that was probably related to the internet connection problems that he's having. That lead, 3.8 seconds over Wolf. We're assuming that if anybody can go the distance, it's going to be Henderson.
Well, we thought Irby had a shot for the podium. That car is really started to fall off. Cartwright was able to get back around him. Cartwright now got himself back up to fourth. He's starting to try and maybe get a run at Alan Westman, but Westman's been steady here for several laps, Soup. And I got a feeling he might be tough to catch. Riding on board with Irby right here.
I think Irby may be trying to do the same thing Henderson is. He's lifting just because he doesn't want to stop again.
Well, I think those that didn't pit had taken notice that Henderson did. Oh, Reeder, wow, so we missed that, Soup, but let's pick it up on the replay. Kenneth Reeder having trouble. Off the turn, he gets a piece of the wall, slaps it down to the inside.
And no yellow on that. Yeah, there we go. Well, just to follow up on why we need to pay attention to Ryan Irby, he did the same thing Travis Henderson did, and that was to come in and top off. So he's on that same pit strategy as Henderson. Irby's looking for a second place here. I don't think Irby's coming in again.
You know what, Soup? And I did overlook that, and I could be very well...
That's why he's off the pace.
Yeah, definitely. And apologies to everyone watching right now thinking, hey, this guy is an idiot. He pitted. He did, and that could be the play. But with 9 laps to go, Soup, we're about to find out who has it and who doesn't. And when I'm talking about it, I mean fuel.
So now we have this situation. Let's go to second place. You have Wolf and you have Westman. I think both these guys are in fuel conservation mode. So it's one of those situations where I have to go fast enough to either gain or not lose the position, but I have to go slow enough to have enough fuel to get there. And there's no way for I guess there is a iRacing little indicator that tells you how much fuel you have, don't you, Sean? So it's not quite like NASCAR where you wouldn't know how much fuel you actually have in the tank.
True. You do have the advantage.
iRacing lets you cheat a little bit.
Yeah, you do have the advantage of knowing what you have left in the tank. In NASCAR, they actually use a pressure gauge, which tells you absolutely nothing, only that you have fuel sending through the unit, and then all of a sudden when it stops sending, you have no pressure.
I think I could probably figure that one out myself when the car stopped running. But meanwhile, this is a nice battle here between Wolf and Westman. With 7 to go, we don't know if they can go the distance or not.
I've always explained that, by the way, the fuel gauge thing, just to people by imagine your fuel gauge and your car doesn't work. And you're guessing at your mileage, basically. There you go. Keep running that total in your head as you go down the road, and you'll know how much fuel you have. Oh, Wolf off the wall, down Wolf's to the grass.
Trying to save it, kind of keep it going straight. I think he's got it lined up. He's perfectly aligned with the lawnmower stripes, and he's got it back on line.
Tank slapper for Wolf.
Thank goodness for the gardener. If those stripes would have gone in the other direction, he would have had it in the wall.
Somebody better leave a tip for the gardener this evening.
Look at that. It's right perfectly on those stripes there. Nice job. Gets it straightened out, back out, but that's going to cost him that position. 2 positions, actually, and that puts Ponderosa Cartwright up into the podium spot. The number 68 machine. Great job from Bob.
I talked about that car being clean, Soup. The Snap-on Ford is clean. And on the podium right now, if you could just ride it out for 5 more laps.
In fact, he's looking at Westman now. He is in the toe of Westman and gaining on him. Closing in on him. Closing in on Westman.
Cartwright has been a very, very patient man this evening.
If he makes the pass, I'm humming the song. Okay, that's. Here he goes. Looking on the inside, looking on the outside, looking back on the inside. Peeking in on Westman. Westman clearly either the tires are gone or he's worried about the fuel. Cartwright on the move. 4 to go. Wolf has fallen back into 5th position, 2 seconds ahead of Skinner.
Cartwright looking on the inside here, Sue. You've got Westman in that top groove. Cartwright down on the bottom. Oh, he's going to take this away from him across the line, Sue. Cartwright, second place.
Dun, 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 dun. Robert Cartwright up into second position. Nice job from Bobby.
I thought Westman was going to try to cross him over. We had seen him go down to the apron several times this evening. He didn't do it there. Westman gets a strong run off of turn 2, though. He's able to hang with Cartwright down the backstretch. That's Reeder down there on the bottom slow.
Parrott and that's Parrott, I think, has maybe run out of fuel. The number 3 machine.
Oh, that was Parrott. Yes, that was Parrott down on the apron.
Maybe he put it in the wall and just brought it down, or maybe he ran out of fuel.
Yeah, he's back.
He's got it back going. Okay. Cartwright pulling away from
yes, Wolf. Boy, Wolf really hurt the car on that, and that's got him off pace. Cisna up into the wall, though. Wolf gets back past him.
Cisna comes over the mic, says something. Cartwright beginning to slow now. Here comes Westman. Westman right behind him, doesn't make the move. We're not on the white flag lap yet. Now we are on the white flag as Travis Henderson working the back half of the track. Cartwright in second, Westman in third. Henderson working his way through 3 and 4. And the winner, round number 24, the We Stand United NASCAR Series is, once again, Travis Henderson. Let's go to Cartwright and Westman. It looks like Cartwright's going to get that spot. Westman has given up the ghost. He's going to finish in third. Irby's going to get fourth as all these guys came across. Wolf in fifth. It'll be interesting in interview, Sean, whether fuel was an issue.
And apparently it wasn't, because I don't think anybody ran out.
Nope.
Soup.
It might have been the comers and goers might have been based not so much on fuel as maybe on the tires they were running. All right, What we're going to do right now is take a short break, very short break. You're watching the Global Sim Racing channel. We'll be back in a few minutes to run down the entire field of 13, do some driver interviews, and closing credits. Back in a few. Welcome back to the Global Sim Racing Channel's coverage of the We Stand United. This is the NASCAR Cup Series, and it is round 24 of 36 from Michigan Speedway. 13 drivers took the grid, and 6 of them finished on the lead lap. Let's run through some of those drivers. In fact, all of those drivers right now. Your winner, Travis Henderson. Second place, Robert Bobby Cartwright. Great run from him at the end. Great finish from Cartwright. Alan Westman, his typical, started at the back of the pack, worked his way all the way up, couldn't quite get to the lead today, finished in third. Ryan Irby in fifth, and then Sean, I'll round out the top 5. Joshua Wolf running up, Irby in fourth. Joshua Wolf running up front most of the way, had trouble at the end, finished in fifth.
All right, and Alex Skinner in the number 20, he's going to finish 6th this evening. Matthew Sifsna fought hard, tried to get that lap back all night, but couldn't do it. He'll finish 7th. Kenneth Reeder going to finish 8th tonight, a couple laps down. Nick Parrott going to be 4 laps down tonight, 9th. And Mark Goldstein finishes this race, Soup, in 10th, 5 laps down.
And then your final 3 drivers there, Thomas Vanassi, Will Plux, and Jeremy Poole, all found problems early and finished well off the pace. Okay, I'm going to take the first one here today because I'm excited to talk to our second place finisher, and that's Robert Cartwright, who I've nicknamed Ponderosa. First of all, I can't hide when I nickname somebody. I got to bring him and do the interview myself. First of all, Robert, congratulations on the second place finish today.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nice run at the end. We watched you work your way all the way up through the field. Answer for the announcers one question. Was fuel ever a concern on that final stint, or did you guys have enough? It was not a worry.
No, actually not. We just did the one pit up strategy, and I still had plenty of fuel going to the end. Well, about 5 laps left.
Okay, well that was plenty. So that's even more impressive then, as your pace then was all about pace. The tires must have worked well for at the end. You ran down some big names there, Westman, and of course Wolf had some problems, but you got Irby as well. Congrats, man! You really had it wired up today.
Thank you very much. I felt like I deserved this for so long. I've tried, and finally I got the second place.
That was a nice run, and we talked about it in the pre-race show. You were struggling down there for a while just to get in the chase, and now you've cracked the top 5. You're having a good close to the season.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I can't wait. This is my first season racing with this group, so I hope that we can have some good races coming up.
Well, let me ask you this before I let you go. Can I stick with Ponderosa as a nickname, or is there something your friends and family call you?
No, I'm not a big guy. I know that a Haas is a really big guy. I'm a smaller guy. And actually, through my life, they always call me Little Joe.
That's right. Oh, Little Joe is fun. There you go. Little Joe works.
There we go. That's great.
Little Joe works for me.
Yeah.
Boy, I think you have to be of a certain demographic to have any idea what we're talking about right now. But Robert, congratulations on the second place. Let's see if we can finish out this season, maybe pick up a win before we're done.
Yes, I hope so. Thank you very much, guys.
All right. Robert, Little Joe Ponderosa Cartwright, second place finish. Sean, who do you want?
Why don't we talk to Josh Wolf real quick?
Okay.
Josh had an interesting night. Comes home with a fifth place finish. Josh, did the car go away from you there at the end?
Yeah, I was fighting tight. I was actually surprised at the beginning of the race. I was really, really loose behind everybody, and then got up into second or third, and on that first run, and the car just immediately flipped the switch and was super tight, and I was just fighting that the whole night, and just pushed a little too hard at the end, and trying to use the seam to get it to turn, and it just was too unpredictable, and ended up getting in the wall coming off of 4.
Hey, but that was a heck of a save down through the grass, buddy. That was a pretty wild ride. What was it like trying to hang onto the car down there?
It was definitely not fun, but just the car I didn't hit it too hard, so I was able to save it pretty quickly and get back going, but lost several spots in the process.
Well, you know what? It doesn't wind up that bad for you. You do salvage a top 5. You started just outside the top 5, so good points night for you. And as we head off to Darlington, what do you think about trying to set the car up for Darlington?
I am really looking forward to that. I think the last 2 years I've won that race, and I'm definitely looking forward to racing there and hopefully have a good car there.
Well, I certainly hope so. It's a much different animal than Michigan Speedway, isn't it?
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely got to figure out the line and try and keep it out of that wall.
Yeah, you don't want to wind up with that stripe, do you?
Nope.
Josh, good run tonight, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, that was Joshua Wolf. We'll see him next time. And I believe Soup has caught up with Mr. Reader.
I do. I have our second place qualifier, our sixth place finisher, Kenneth Reeder. Well, the day started out good for you, Ken, but it didn't finish up quite the same way.
Nah, it didn't. Josh built a good setup, and I don't like this place that much, and I think it just stays in your mind. And we got a little tight, and just misjudged it and drove it too hard off, and found that wall a few times.
Yeah, we saw you catch it at least one time, and then was the car a little bit cranky after that? Couldn't get back the pace?
Yeah, I got a little bit too much damage off of it the first time. Couldn't get it back up. I was hoping for another yellow, but Michigan's hard to get yellows at, especially when you have a small field.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the small field a little bit. Sean and I were talking that before the race. We sure do like this series, and it puts on great racing. And honestly, you 13 that showed up today put on a great event. Be nice if we could just get maybe a handful more drivers out here. What's the story in the forums? Do you think we can get some drivers back in?
I'm hoping so. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to jump over here and talk to you guys. I mean, anybody that's racing here, I don't know where you guys are, but come on back here and race. I mean, we had a good 20-25 car field all year, and
yeah,
in the amount of years that I've been in this league, this is the smallest fields we've been having at this time of the year. And I know at the end of the year, everybody gets, I'm not in the championship chase, but who cares if you're in the championship chase or not? Come on out and race. That's what we're here for. We're just here to have fun.
Absolutely. We'd love to see. And honestly, if we try to get fans to follow along, they get attached to drivers and then they don't show up. We want to see you again. So all you guys who we saw in the early on, come on back. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the chase since you've been involved for this for a long time. We're a race away. My understanding is we go to fixed setups. Am I getting this right? Do you know about this? Can you tell me anything about it?
Yeah, we go to fixed setup, starting in the first chase race. That puts everybody on even playing field. And instead of allowing the setup to do the talking, as it does for the first 26 races, the drivers got to do the talking for the last 10.
Now, are all the points, do you know, are all the points wiped clean, or are there some advantages for wins or anything, or did everybody start even, do you know?
I am pretty sure everything's wiped clean. We all start even. There's no bonus points, so everybody's on an even keel here. Goes to the driver.
I think that might get some of the drivers in. Sean and I were talking that maybe they're in the chase, and they're just kind of playing out the rest of the hand here. So with these final races coming up, so what happens then at the final race? Then we eliminate the top four, go to the championship at Homestead. Is that my understanding?
That is correct. It's the top 4 in points will go to the Homestead. It doesn't matter if you win a race or not. I believe throughout the chase, it's the top 4 in points, and whoever comes out on top at Homestead is the champion. All
right. Well, this is going to get exciting here at the end of this. So we've made it all the way through. Kenneth, thanks a lot. Congratulations. Thanks for clearing stuff up on the chase. We'll see you the rest of the way. And you are in the chase. Am I correct? You should be pretty secure in there?
Yep, I'm secure in there. And,
all right.
We'll miss next week. I have a wedding to attend, so I won't be here next week. But I just wanted to thank you guys again for coming out and broadcasting. You guys do an excellent job.
Oh, thanks a lot. We appreciate it, and we like doing a good job for you guys. It's a partnership between us and you guys to put on a good show. Congratulations on, well, I guess 8th place today, on the 2nd place in qualifying, and good luck the rest of the way. Let's see if we can get the championship when the chase starts.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Kenneth Reeder, one of the veterans of the series, and a good guy. Nice to talk to. And Sean, it was good to get some information of what's in store for us. It sounds exciting as we run down these final part of the season.
Yeah, I got a feeling we'll see some cars coming back there.
I do too.
That's encouraging news.
Okay, what we're going to do now is close up shop here, but don't go away because these are the people that make this race possible. We'd like to thank everybody at the We Stand United Motorsports for organizing the series and contracting with GSRC to broadcast it. We know you have a lot of choices when you fly. Thanks for flying GSRC. Thanks to the companies and equipment and software that you see on the screen right now that we use on our broadcast.
And the original music you've heard on today's broadcast is thanks to Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact each of them. The next race for the We Stand United League will be September 4th, the Bojangles Southern 500 from Darlington, South Carolina. And GSRC will be there. We hope you all join us.
Hey, you said the call letters right, buddy. All right, for details about all upcoming events, go to the Global Sim Racing channel. That's always your best bet, and that's globalsimracingchannel.com. We're also on Twitter at GSR Channel and Facebook at Global Sim Racing Channel. Finally, on behalf of my mic mate, Sean Ambrose, our director, Amjad Yaman, and our camera artist, Dougie Beard, thanks for watching. And with that said, we're off to go have fun storming the castle. So until next time, race hard, race clean, and we'll see you on the track.